Hey, it's me, Bobble33, and this is my Nintendo Switch prediction for this upcoming video release that's coming out in January 12th, 2017. Now, this is pretty much talking about my expectation of what they're going to show off in that video and what they're not going to show off too. Now, the footage you're seeing right here is Shantae Half Genie Hero, which is the next game I'm going to review, hopefully sometime this week. But it also makes my video easier to edit that way. But anyway, let's get on to the prediction. First thing I'm going to talk about in this video is most likely about the Nintendo Switch itself, the hardware. Pretty much they're going to talk about how you can take this machine outside of you, be like this home console and this portable device, which is going to be the main selling point of that console. But they're also going to draw us the joypad, and specifically the motion controls in this machine, and they're going to also show off a new game for it that's coming out in launch window, which I'm going to talk about later on in this video, and the screen itself, whether or not it's a touchscreen. I hear rumors that it is, and if it's so, you know, how it will pretty much work even as a home console, because you know that screen is going to be the console itself, and you'd be expected to use a traditional controller, or at least how it's set up to be. But Nintendo will talk about all that and hopefully clear out any confusions that some of us may have. Next is not going to be any new title review, except in the launch window area, which is not going to be any major AAA titles, mainly because that they need something to prepare for E3 2017. They may give like a little teaser here and there, which I will talk about a little bit later on in this video. But for the most part, any of the Roomba games like Pokemon Stars, Pikmin 4, or any Metroid titles, you know, if any of those rumors of holiday 2017 release are true, hypothetically speaking, they are not going to show that until E3 2017. They are going to show maybe a handful of new titles, but again, it's going to be at the launch window. Let's talk about the launch title that Nintendo are going to talk about in this video, or at least what I think they are going to talk about. First one would be Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now, I've been hearing conflicting reports whether if it's going to be a summer release title or a launch day title. I think this title is going to be released on launch day, mainly because there's also a Wii U version out there. Now, if the game's complete, it will make a lot of sense to have that as a launch title so the Wii U owners don't have to wait too long. And besides, the other Mario game that was mentioned to be launched is the 3D Mario and the Mario and Rabbids RPG games, which I heard stories that it was originally going to be a launch title, but I think it would make more sense to have that title released somewhere between July and September, mainly because they give them more time to promote those games at E3 2017, especially Ubisoft, who owns the Rabbids franchise. They can show off that game in their press conference, give some more exposure, and people hype up for the games that are coming out this holiday. And Legend of Zelda, everybody knows what that's all about. They've been hyping that game up for well over a year, so it would make sense to that game to be out first. I think the Splatoon game that was shown off in the trailer, is rumors say it's going to be a pack-in title, and I believe that. I wouldn't mind to call it Splatoon 2, even though most of the stuff will probably be the same, with little updates here and there, such like the original Splatoon on the Wii U. I think that'd be a great pack-in title. And they're also going to reveal 2 of the Wii U ports around that launch window. That being Splatoon, even though I call it Splatoon 2, but I think that Splatoon would be technically a port. And Mario Kart 8, I think that'd be a good game to have around that launch window area, especially before E3 2017. Now, the other rumored ports game like Super Smash Bros. 4 and Mario Maker, I think that'd be decent titles to have around 2018, mainly because, well, with Mario Maker, if those moving Mario games supposed to come out in 2017, like Mario 3D, the Mario RPG, and even maybe Mario Kart 8. That'd be too many Mario games in that 1 year. So it'd be great to spread out apart. And with Super Smash Bros. Brawl, I think that'd be a great game to have in summer 2018, especially if one of my prediction games for Nintendo of 2018, which is going to be Bayonetta 3. I was going to say that for another video, but I might as well just mention it here. But I think Nintendo and Patent Games are teaming up again to make Bayonetta 3 to be released in holiday 2018, mainly because of the Bayonetta amiibo that's supposed to be packed in with the Super Smash Bros. Brawl port for Switch. But that's another topic for another time. But other than that, that's all I have for launch titles. As for third-party games, they're going to show off a small trailer of all the games that's going to be available in the launch window and all the titles that has been mentioned, like Sonic 2017, Skyrim, the basketball game, Yooka-Laylee, all that stuff. But this is going to show that for a little bit and maybe show off some of those games in the Treehouse events that's coming out the day after the Nintendo Switch reveal. But other than that, not much talk about third-party support, since they're going to talk mostly about the console itself rather than the games. I recommend you taking this one with a grain of salt. I know I said they're not going to show off any new titles earlier in this video, but I do think they might give a little tease of a new IP. It's most likely going to be something that's going to be passed by when they talk about the hardware and showing off probably some random footage, but probably not going to reveal the actual game until E3 2017. But it's probably going to be one of those things that we're going to see at first and be confused, but later on we're going to see, oh, that's a footage of a new IP. Again, take this one as a grain of salt. This is wishful thinking on my part, but I do see that as a possibility. What I talk about is the Nintendo Virtual Console. They're going to talk about that one definitely, and hopefully the news is that most, if not all, the Virtual Console games will be available right from the start. At least the one that are released on the Nintendo Wii U eShop. I think those games are easy to port over to a new console and probably have no trouble at all. Well, maybe except for the Nintendo DS games. Even though the Nintendo Switch got the two screens, I can picture that being a bit difficult to release on a virtual console. The same as the other Nintendo eShop games that uses the Wii U gamepad and probably the Nintendo 3DS touchscreen. But they're also going to announce that GameCube games is now available, even though they said that in the Wii U launch, the Wii U reveal. But I think finally we're going to get some GameCube games, and I think there's going to be these three that's going to be announced. One of them is going to be Luigi Mansion. The other one is going to be Star Fox Assault, because I heard in an interview that Miyamoto wants to make more Star Fox games, and I think releasing Star Fox Assault would be a perfect start to pretty much get Star Fox great again. And maybe Star Fox Adventures, even though that's probably the opposite game that they want to show off. That's the best Star Fox that Star Fox game is. But why not Mario Sunshine? Again, there's too many Mario games coming out in 2017, and it'd be best to say that in 2018. That's pretty much it for my prediction on the Nintendo Switch. I'm sure that most of these I talk about is probably not going to happen, but it's fun to speculate, and hopefully some of these come true. And feel free in the comment section to leave what you want to see come out on the Nintendo Switch. I'm definitely going to make another video of this, especially around E3 2017, and maybe even a list of games I want to see come out in 2018 for Nintendo Switch. This is me, Baba33, and I catch you guys later. And as I said earlier ago, this is Shantae Half-Dream Hero footage you're seeing right there. That's going to be my next review, hopefully coming this week. And until then, I catch you guys later.